And I think that's where maybe you ran into some issues here with this. So can you figure out 29 times 9 for me?
9 times 9. Okay. It's 261.
261. So unfortunately, yeah. So the other way to do it is that you actually can subtract from 290.
That's what I did.
Oh, good, good. And I wasn't sure. So that's great. So then you put 21 here, and then you bring down the 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the same situation. You're like, well, you know, I don't know what it is, but I mean, it's obviously not 9. I would subtract 29 from this number, and 30 is really close to it. So it's like, well, it's 231, but if I subtract,
Yeah.
and you start being able to manipulate the numbers pretty quickly here, and then we try 7, it's 202, so it's really 203, and there we go, we've got it.
So it would be the 8 times, or the 29 times 8.
No, that's too big. The 232 is too big.
Oh yeah, right. So 2 times 7 is 2.
Yes.
So
and you subtract and you get 9, so your answer is with a remainder of 9.
Yep.
Okay, and then the part that you know, we talked about last time is the check here. And I know it's not, you know, it's not any fun, but the check is to multiply the numbers and add the remainder.
Yeah.
So take 197 and multiply it by 29.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to give that a try for me?
Sure.
You good, kid?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oops, darn, oh well. 9 times 7.
How are you doing on this one?
Pretty good, almost done. Okay, now I just need to add. Okay, so I got 4,886.
Okay, so there's definitely a problem there. So 9 times 7 is 63. Put a 6 there. 9 times 9 is 81. Add the 6, that's a 7. 8 there, and then you get 17. Did you get 1773 in your first row?
Hang on. Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. So 2 times 7 is 14.4. Put a 1 there. 2 times 9 is 18. Add 1 is 9. Put a 1 there. 3. So you should get 3, 1, carry the 1, 7, carry a 1,
Oh, I
5,000.
just added it wrong.
Okay. And then the last step is to add that 9 there, 5,722.
Yeah, I got that. I just did the addition wrong.
Yeah. Now I know this process that we just did is not exciting. I'm not going to even try to make a case for that. You just have to do it. It's like unloading the dishwasher or taking out the trash, whatever chores you get. Sometimes you just got to do it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's transition because we just these lessons go pretty quickly when they're a half hour. So let me transition to your first word problem here. Now the text, I'm sorry, the scan here says use the 5-step problem solving process to solve.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know about that? Do you know the
I
5
couldn't.
steps?
I can't remember it. That's the problem.
Okay,
I
they in
couldn't
your
remember it.
are they in your notes? Do you have PowerPoints? Like what do you get? What do you
No,
get?
but it's like so basically it was like the then now or something like that. I don't know. There's something like that, but I can't really remember it.
Okay. Well, since I don't know this, I'm not even going to begin to try and go through these steps, but you definitely between now and the next time we meet, you've got to be able to tell me this because
Okay.
I want to know to better help you. I want to know that. So this is a division problem. It says Tara bought 150 beads. She needs 27 beads to make each necklace. So this is a division problem. You go in here and you divide here. Okay. Now it looks like you've already done this. I think. Yes.
Yeah.
You came up with 5, 135, subtract 5 with a remainder of 15.
Yeah,
So
that's what I got.
the idea is when you do this, the idea is that this 5 represents how many things that you can make.
So yeah, she can make 5 necklaces and have 15 beads left over.
Exactly. And that's kind of your summary sentence. You have to say 5 necklaces, 15 left over. Now, what's interesting is not all the problems are a rounding down problem. This is considered a rounding down problem because you don't care about the leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But when we look at this next question here, and actually these have gone fairly quickly with the choir members.
Yeah.
Let's just snip that in here. So the issue here is that if you do 45 and you divide it by 8,
Yeah.
and it looks like you got 5 with the remainder of 5. If you have 8, I'm sorry, if you have 5 vans, that means you're carrying 5 times 8 or 40 choir members.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the problem with that is there's 45 total. So you need 6 vans because this time you need to have extra. You need to make sure you get everybody into the vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay. Now parents usually face this problem when they have like a birthday party for their child. Like I'm sure maybe you've had this like, well, how many pizzas do we order? And the last thing you want is to not have enough pizza at the party. Same thing here. You don't want to have too few vans that you're not able to get everyone there. So sometimes you round down. This is actually a rounding up problem. And unfortunately, there's no like hard and fast rules where you can say, okay, this is a rounding up, this is a rounding down. You have to be able to see it in context. So like I said, in a pizza party, you generally want extra. In the beads example, it was okay because you just didn't need to make that many. All right, let's go back to some division problems here. So let's go here. So I'm seeing I'm seeing 76 into 9,052, and 1 times 76 is definitely 76. 2 times 76. Okay, so you're doubling or you're adding. with even numbers like 6, you can just double it, 7, you can double, but somehow you get to 152. So we know
Yeah,
that.
and I know that one's wrong, I think.
Well, let's see how you did here. So there's when you
Okay.
subtract, you get 14 and you bring the 5 down.
Yeah.
Okay. So the question is, well, what number goes next? And what you're trying to figure out is this 145, does it go between the two numbers? And the answer is yes. Yes, it
Yeah.
does. So that's why you put another 1 there.
Yeah.
And when you subtract 6, 9, and then you bring the last number down 2, this is where it's like, well, what do I try? And one of the things I like to do when it's a pretty big number is I just take that 10 times 76, 760. I know that's obviously too big, but like we talked about, you can actually subtract or you can multiply. And it doesn't matter to me, but I want you to figure out 9 times 76.
9 times 76.
Yes, please. You can
Okay.
either subtract or multiply. Either one is good as long as you get the right answer.
Hmm. How many times? Well, huh. Hmm. Huh.
What do you try to verbalize what you're struggling with?
So I did the 6 can't go into 0. So
No. Are you multiplying or are you subtracting?
Subtracting.
Okay. So you're doing 760 minus 76. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're subtracting, you have to borrow.
Yeah, I borrowed that and that became a 5 and that would become a 10 and then I'd have to borrow that and that would become an 8 and then that would be a 6. But I just got confused on that and I thought it would become a 500 and then I just got confused after that. Because
Okay.
you're subtracting from the hundreds place for the
Yes.
5.
Right.
So,
So you keep borrowing. We can cover that if we need to, but like when you see that 692 is between 684 and 760, which means we can put a 9 in this position.
yeah. I guess so.
Okay, so 9 times 76 is 684. And then we subtract, and that gives us a remainder of 8.
Eight and then yeah.
Okay. So in terms of like what you would do to check this, you would take the 119, and you would multiply it by 76. Okay, which I would like you to do. And then we're going to add the remainder.
Okay. I think I did the adding wrong again.
All right, let's work through it together. 6 times 9 is 54. Carry
Yeah.
a 5. 6 times 1 is 6. Add 5, that's 11. Put a 1, carry a 5.
Yeah.
6 times 1 is 6. Did you get 714 for your first row?
Yes.
7 times 9 is 63. Put a 6 up there. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 6 is 13. 3, carry the 1. And then 7 times 1 plus 1 is 8. So you should get 4, 4, 0, carry of 1, 9.
Yeah, I think I did the adding wrong.
And then you're adding the 8 there to get 9052. So sometimes, and I'm guilty of this, like I don't like to try these checks, especially if I don't really understand or if I get them wrong. But there is value in doing this. It'd be nice to walk out of the exam and know that you got everything right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the teacher I think is hinting at. I mean, I hate to try and get inside the mind of what the teacher's doing, but you could walk out knowing, hey, I got the answer completely correct because I checked my work.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at some other problems here. We've got a bit of time left. I'm going to question 14. It says 13 into or 897 divided by 13.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you correctly figured out that it's 5. I'm not sure. Did you guess that 13 times 5, or did you have some help maybe with a calculator or something?
I didn't have help with the calculator, but
That's a good guess.
I did it wrong. I think
No,
I just
thir-
guessed and I'm like 13 times 5, but yeah.
Okay, because it's a good guess. I mean, you want to start somewhere, but 13 times 5 is actually 65.
Oh.
Okay, so you got to be careful there with this. I might have started at like 13 times 10, which is 130. Obviously that's too big and that's too small, but somewhere in the middle. So if we go 13 times 6, we're adding 13 each time. Adding's generally easier, generally. That's still too small. 13 times 7 is 91. There it is. It's like, okay, we figured out what two numbers it's between.
Yeah.
And you have to do this off to the side. There is no shortcut. I don't know if you watch TikTok videos or if you're on any other social media sites. Sometimes they try and show you tricks. They don't generally work for across the board, problems. They work for like the ones they're giving you. So you gotta be careful there. Okay, so that means a 6 goes here, 78. And another reason you keep these numbers going on the right is you probably reuse them. These instructors have a funny way of these coming out again. So 117 there. Actually, what's interesting is you wrote the right number. Interesting. Okay, so 117. So 91 is still too small. Let's go 13 times 8. That's 104. And then if we do 13 times 9, add 13 again, it's 117. So it works out perfectly. 9 times 13 is 117. So there's a remainder of 0. Any questions on that?
No.
So we're not going to do this together because we want to make sure we get through the last problem here, but you would multiply 69 times 13 and you should get 897 when you're all done with that. Okay, because when we get to 15, I'll make sure we get through all these problems here. 15, 669 divided by 27. So kind of same thing, like I know 27 times 1 is 27, and maybe you can double a number pretty quickly. 7 doubled is 14, 20 doubles is 40, 40 plus 14 is 54. There's lots of ways to do that. Just whatever you find is helpful. And if you add, you can obviously always add 27 each time. So 66 falls between 54 and 81. So we know to put a 2 here. 54, it looks like you did that correctly. And then you subtract 129, so you got that. And then here's our problem. It's like, that number's too big, so we got to keep going. 27 times 4 is, we're adding 27 each time, so 108. And I like, this is a personal preference. I really like to actually go beyond it just to confirm that, like, I didn't mistakenly put too small of a number. I want to see 129 between two numbers. That just gives me confidence to know, like, hey, I've done it correctly. 4 times 27 is 108. I'm going to subtract here. So that's 21, remainder of 21.
So I just got I got 23 instead of, and I needed 24.
Yeah, and what's interesting is you wrote 108. So I think I couldn't say for sure, but something's going on where you're just not committed to that number. That if you're not doing this list, I mean, I can't see your work on this page, but I would strongly recommend that off to the side. And then to check your work, we're going to do 27 times 24. Okay. We do that, and then we add 21 to it to get back to 669.
Okay. Okay.
All right, well, that does take us to the end of our lesson for today. If your mom or dad is around, I can give them a short bit of feedback if they need it.
Hey,
Otherwise,
Mom. She'll be there in like a minute.
okay.
There she goes.
All right.
Hey, Claire.
Hi, Matthew. How are you today?
Doing well. So if you need feedback at the end of each lesson, we can certainly do that. Kind of as we progress, you don't, most parents, you just ask as needed, or I can text or call, throughout the day.
That sounds great.
We did another lesson on multiplication, division, stuff like that. Patterns I'm noticing is with the work that I see on the paper, just missing the check. There's sort of this check that's supposed to be done. Let me see if I can find it here. We did it right here on the first problem.
Yeah.
That would definitely help. We talked about the idea of like walking out of the test knowing you've already got the right answers because you've checked everything.
Great.
But August is great. Pleasure to work with him. I really appreciate you sending over this in advance. It helps to get right on the lesson. Get
Okay,
going right away.
great.
So if you can do this again for Wednesday, that would be awesome. And I think things are going well.
Awesome. I think they are too. And he's, like excited to have the
Awesome.
session. So
Great. Glad to hear that.
okay, great. I'll send work over and we'll see you
Sounds good.
Be here Wednesday.
See you Wednesday. Have a good night.
What time is Wednesday?
Oh, right. Not okay, we may have an issue with Wednesdays that just
Okay.
happened today. August got into a first Lego and robotics league at school.
Okay.
And I think they meet Wednesdays 3:30 to 5.
It is 2:30 to 5.
But I'm
Every
not-
Wednesday.
It's every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday.
Okay, I haven't gotten all of the information from the school yet, but August says it's every Wednesday 3:30 to 5.
Okay,
So-
just let me know and I can reschedule as needed to a different time that day or a different day.
She also said it's like
Okay.
something you need to be there every
Perfect.
time for
Yeah,
to
well, I'll communicate with him though about what makes sense. Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night. Bye now.
You too, bye.